welcome to Meet in the Middle Movies. I'm Mindy.
I'm Elin.
And we are that bald couple at the cinema. We just got out of Hamnet. Excuse me, sorry. We just got out of Hamnet, and oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is our spoiler discussion. So if you want to see the
Yes.
non-spoiler discussion, go check that out.
Yeah, we posted that yesterday. That should be up. But I think if you did see that, you already know that we really, really liked it. Or if you saw our Out of the Theater review, we both really, really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Our Meet in the Middle score was a 9.25.
Which that
So
might
we'll
be the
just start off
highest
with
we've
that.
done since we started doing Meet in the Middle scores.
Which makes me wonder, because we're working on our top 10 list for the year, which we'll do a different video on, but it makes me wonder if it's a little higher on our list than
what we're thinking.
Yeah, so we'll have to let you know about that. But so just to start off here, you know that we loved it. So now we're going to kind of get into some of the spoilers. I started us off last time. Why don't you get us started?
All right, so it's not really a spoiler to know that this is a depiction of how William Shakespeare and his wife, they call her Annis. Annis. It's almost spelled like Agnes.
Like Agnes, but I guess they pronounced it that way.
Of course, everyone Shakespeare people know that his wife was Anne, but it is the same. They just went with that more traditionally. Anyway, this is about how they handle the grief of losing their 11-year-old son, Hamnet, which, of course, William Shakespeare writes the play Hamlet as according to this story, as a way to kind of deal with his grief and stuff like that. Yeah. The scene right before Hamnet dies, where what happens is his sister, he's a twin, his twin sister got sick with the plague, and she's literally on death's doorstep, and he gets up, gets into bed with her, and says, "I'll take your spot, basically. I give you my life, and I'm gonna trick death." And he dies the next day. Really moving. I thought that was an awesome, I know it's not realistic to trick death,
right? But
I loved the fact that the hero of this film is an 11-year-old boy having such love for his twin sister that he can't picture his life without her. Yeah. So he's gonna take her spot. Yeah. Just such a pure act of love, an act of selflessness, and just that. And then before that, Shakespeare is away from home when he passes away, and the last thing Paul Mescal, who plays Shakespeare, instructs his son is, look after your mother and her sisters. I need you to be brave. Will you be brave? And there's this cute scene where he's like, will you? And then he's yelling, I'll be brave. Things like, it's just this heart-wrenching scene knowing what's coming. Yeah. And as he's laying next to her sister, basically, I think accepting death, he's just saying over and over again, I'll be brave, I'll be brave. And it's just like, oh. Yeah.
To me, that approach, that sort of way to take the story, was sort of a symbolic, interpretive way to tell the story that, so she caught the sickness, and is it actually the plague?
I don't know.
She caught a bad sickness, and she struggles with it for a long time and ends up getting through. When it gets him fast. Yeah, it gets him really, really fast. And so I love that they had sort of that more spiritual storyline where it was almost like his choice, like, I'll take your place and we'll trick death. Yeah. But there's also kind of that more practical explanation. So I thought that was well handled. It wasn't all supernatural is not the right word, but just kind of, but I felt like it was a little bit more of a metaphor than literally saying that he had some sort of communion with death and was able to trade places with her. It was not as literal. It was more symbolic. So that's where, for me, it was done really, really well. And we talked about this a bit in our non-spoiler review. The acting job by the kids in this movie.
You're not just talking about the kid that played Hamlet.
Not just him, but definitely him. Yeah. Oh, I have never seen such a strong acting job done by kids, and I just feel like kudos to them, kudos to the director, anybody else that was coaching them and working with them. I've never seen anything that well done. And I don't judge when I see kids act in movies, and there's kind of that, what do you call it? Just when a line is delivered a little awkwardly or something like
new.
that. Yeah, they're new. I'm not going to judge kids for
yet,
that. Yeah. There was never a moment like that in this movie, and I was also surprised that it was about Shakespeare, but it was less about Shakespeare, more about his family. In fact, the first 2/3 of the movie, you follow his wife and kids, and he's there sometimes and not there other times. The last third or so of the movie, he's more of a key player, but I thought that was an interesting approach, a little window into the life of and seeing their family more than just him.
There's also some really interesting cinematography choices on here. Like, there's some shots where it's almost like you're set up in a tree looking down on them. They're not like the close-up type shots.
Yeah.
And then there's some shots where there's a conversation going, and how sometimes it'll go from like the person talking to person talking, person talking, person talking. There's a few shots where it's person's talking and you hear the person off screen responding, but they hold on the person that they were originally on, and you kind of get like their reaction to what's being said.
I want to say there's a word for that choice, and I can't remember. Like, that's a type of filming that they do on purpose. Because that person's reaction to what's being said to them is more important than the line itself. And I love that kind of filming. So good.
Like the scene where he's writing, where he's like, I've had too much to drink, but he's writing. It looks like you're just like a static camera set on his desk, and you're just looking back at them.
You sort of see this whole picture of what's going on in the room, and it's a way, in my opinion, it gives you a sense for the overall tension that's building better than when it's broken up by switching perspectives. You kind of see their collective energy in a way, like their collective, okay, the tension is rising in this scene right now.
I said it in the non-spoiler, but I think Jessie Buckley is going to for sure be nominated, maybe even win the Oscar for that. That was incredible.
She was absolutely incredible. What else do we say about this movie?
I don't. It just, I don't know. It's just so, I've not been this speechless after a movie since Nuremberg. And if you know how much we like Nuremberg, that was, this is in the same vein. It's in the same ballpark.
Top few movies of the year,
for sure.
And I know we're technically recording in 2026, but this is a 2025 movie. So,
I don't, man,
what else do we say?
I don't know if there's anything else to say. I mean, absolutely fantastic film.
Oh, can I talk for a minute about so there's a moment where Shakespeare is contemplating suicide.
Oh, yeah.
And he's, it's where he comes up with the Hamlet speech. And I don't know if that's actually how that came about. I think a lot of this is speculation when you look at the timing of the events in his life and when he wrote Hamlet and what might have been informing his writing at the time. And I mentioned in the last review, in our non-spoiler review, that Paul Mescal has an incredible way of speaking in, that Shakespearean, that iambic pentameter, but even though that can sound like riddles, he'll make it make sense to you. And it doesn't matter if you're good at Shakespeare or not. You can watch his performance and know exactly what he's talking about. And that's during that scene in particular, he speaks the Hamlet speech.
The to be or not to be.
And it's all about contemplating suicide, and that broke my heart. That scene was really incredibly done. And there's another scene where he's coaching one of his actors where you just really get a sense for the humanity that was at the core of his writing, right? It's not about all the flowery language or the at the time what was most entertaining was not, he was one of the first to make the human experience something that we want to really go through and experience in kind of a raw and honest way in the theater when we go to the theater, and now when we go to theater or movies. But Shakespeare was one of the first to do that, and I just thought they captured that really beautifully. Yeah,
absolutely. Not much more to be said. Go see this movie. It's definitely worth it. That's gonna do it.
All right, that's it. You stay bold, we'll stay bald, and we'll see you at the theater.
See you then.